I don't remember all that he had. I know he had the gladiators, some of the gladiator stuff. I think he had the rush order, medal of. Yeah, he had the rush emblem. Okay, let's go try to talk with people. The SSS is slowly coming together again. Slowly, but surely. Once my aid on the Vanguard is no longer required, I will return to supporting you from the back lines. Alright, I figured that'd be the case. Until then, I'm counting on you, Zeit. Naturally, and fret not. I fully intend to continue fulfilling my duties as your police dog. Grace, you promised Wazzy you wouldn't write about any of this, remember? I know, no need to get all testy. All I want to do is satisfy my own curiosity. Reporter's honor. Unfortunately, most journalists have no honor or integrity. They only care about sensationalized hit pieces that get the most money and attention. Are you sure you're not going to write up an article about Yen? I want to believe you, but you aren't making it easy for me. Yeah, he's already maxed out. I might as well, am I not? Okay. You know, he mentions the... They mentioned that you're only using a standard issue halberd. Like, that halberd is still crack a skull clean open. We'll end up at Belgard Gate if we head due west. I'm still not sure I want to face Sonya right now, though. Understandable. Let's try to investigate as far as we can manage. Wow, the monster is right here. Death Scorpion 2. What was that? It's a new S-Break. Let's make sure we're healed and ready. That one was significantly easier than the other. Topaz Gem. I'm going to assume that's an upgrade to defense. Yes. Didn't I get one for attack? No. Which is a little strange that it doesn't have one for attack unless it's on Randy. No. I do wonder if Ellie's being held at Bellegarde. Probably. That's about as close as it would be. This Bellegarde gate security is tight as can be. Yeah, don't count on them leaving any openings. I suggest we withdraw for now. Agreed. There's no way we can get in to the front gate. There's no way we're going to be able to enter the gate from the front. Agreed. Nothing good could come of the defense force spotting us. And were that to happen, there was no guarantee I would be able to come to your aid a second time. We need to think of another way to get in contact with Commander Bales. Should I move toward the police academy? Ooh, okay. Oh, I didn't realize this was here. I could probably handle that. Aha! Saturn Bell. What do you call a crocodile wearing a waistcoat? An investigator. Shouldn't that have been an alligator in a waistcoat? Can act immediately after using Earth Arts. That's good to start with. It said to avoid the police academy, so yeah, let's just not go in that direction. I guess move toward Crossbell City, but I might be able to get someone to. Would it be worth it to go to Police Academy? I don't know if it'd be a good idea. Yeah, it's closed off. This road leads to the Police Academy. The way through is completely shut. I can detect minute orbital wave readings coming from the gate. I suspect they have sensors installed. The CDF must have strengthened their security measures after I broke out of jail. Garcia helped you fly the coop, yeah? Still hard to believe. Though you were there when I found you in Fort Knox Forest, Lloyd. Right, I was able to escape because he stayed behind to hold off the defense force. The Killing Bear did that for you. Old man is just full of surprises. I guess he's been through a lot this year, too. Yeah, I would have been concerned about what happened to him after we split up, though. Still, we have our own problems to think about. Let's get back to figuring out our next move. I guess just move toward Crossbell City, then. I'm glad I checked that. I'm glad I tested that out. That's pretty useful. Maybe on the railway, maybe the railroad I can go to, if that's even still open to me. Yeah, we might be able to slip in through this, because this leads right into it. This is the derailment site. The aftermath should be fully refurbished by now, correct? Yeah, even the smaller debris has been cleared up at this point. Man, a train flying off the tracks is usually a pretty big deal. Though when everything hits the fan, it kind of feels like an afterthought now. That it does. It's no surprise the Transcontinental Railroad service has been halted for weeks now. I believe the Defense Force is still using their freight line from time to time, though. Figures. Hold on. If the railway is more or less dead right now, wouldn't we able to walk along the tracks? Oh, I gotcha. That's definitely an idea. Perhaps, but do not forget that Crossbell City is still enveloped by that barrier. It would be impossible to breach the city without being detected. Oh, I know. But what if we took the tracks to the west instead of east? Lloyd, do you mean you want us to sneak into Bellegarde Gate from the railway tracks? I know it's a little crazy, but yes. It might be our only chance to meet with Bales. Her cooperation would be invaluable, and we could hardly ask for a more reliable ally. But come to think of it, she wasn't expressly against the transition to the Defense Force, was she? Contacting her at all is a gamble. It's undeniable. True, we could very well be walking into our own arrests. She wouldn't have any choice if we strolled through the front. But if we managed to sneak into Bellegarde instead, we could possibly meet with her without anyone else knowing. In which case, she may be more willing to hear us out if we speak freely about how she feels. I suppose it is possible. If Muriel and the Resistance are any indication, I'm sure there are still others in the CDF who are on the fence. Besides, this is Sonia we're talking about. She out of anyone knows how to tell between right and wrong. Maybe so, and as harebrained as the idea is, I'm not fully opposed. But keep in mind, if Commander Bales is stationed here, then who's bound to be with her? I didn't think about that. You mean Noel, don't you? From what you described, she seemed set in her convictions. Yeah. This is the path we chose to walk. We have to accept that not everyone's going to just step out of our way. As long as we're on opposite sides, there's no avoiding the fact that we'll eventually have to go through her. And when the time comes, we're going to have to do just that, even if it means fighting a friend. Lloyd, he's right. This isn't a problem which we can just push aside. We've really been mulling this over well as long as... Okay. Well then, let's go to Bellegarde. I would like to get to Bales, because all I've done so far is fight a monster and drop in. Warhounds. Fish fillet. Further, a little further. Smack! Down, Fido. That's not getting down, Fido. Sit, Ubu, sit! Okie dokie. Oop, thought I saw something. And it's just running back the other way. Like, these are cool establishing shots. It really shows where you're at, but, it's not explicitly necessary every fucking time. Although it is a cool camera angle, I'm not gonna lie. Two in a row with the team rush. Gotta level up. Can I go for 4? No.
もらったぜ。
さてと無駄だ。行きます。リミットを解除します。
よっしゃ。
任せてくれ。
俺の番だ。ほらよ。
行くよ。
私の番。これで一安心です。
Okie dokie. Bellegarde Gate. You'd think they would have people stationed down there, if for nothing else, just to work the freight line. The freight platform. It's been a while since we were last here. Luckily for us, there doesn't seem to be anyone in this area. That's what happens when the Transcontinental Railroad is out for weeks on end. Not much reason to be sparing any manpower down here. This is our chance to sneak in. Let's do it. Trying to remember the way up. Then I have to go... Yeah, I have to go up and around. Or down and around, I guess. Stop right there. Noel! How did she know? The CDF is aware of more than anyone... The CDF is aware of more than you realize. That includes everything the SSS has been up to. Now that you've allied yourself with the resistance forces in Mainz, I figured coming here would be the next logical step for you to take. So I've kept an eye on the freight line in anticipation. Well, that's just great. She read us like a book. Can't say I'm surprised. Analyzing enemy tactics has always been one of your strong suits, Noel. This is the one time I was hoping to be off the mark, though. Did you come here to speak with Commander Bales? Yeah, we did. Second Lieutenant Mira led us to believe they weren't the only ones in the CDF with second thoughts. We came to ask the Commander for her opinion on what's happening and what is the best way out of this crisis. You should know, Noel, Fran is working with us too. Now that she's made a full recovery, she wants nothing more than to see her big sister again. Listen, I get this. We're not going to tell you to abandon your duty. But can't you let things slide just this once? All we want to do is talk things over. I understand that. But it doesn't matter. You're not getting any further than this. Not on my watch. I am a soldier of the Crossbelt Defense Force. And that makes it my duty to prevent any insurgents from threatening state security. I knew this was coming. Come on. Are you really going to play this card? I'm asking you to withdraw, please. If you turn around right now, I'll pretend this never happened. I know this won't keep us from coming down to blow. I know this won't keep us from coming to blows down the line. But please, at least for now. And what happened to that rock-solid resolve of yours? If you're truly committed to the CDF, there won't be room for negotiation. You would have had us surrounded and neutralized the moment we arrived without a second thought. Yet here you are, pleading for us to leave, using sentimentality to appeal to our emotions. You say you're willing to give your life for your cause. When it comes down to it, you can't even commit. Lloyd. Ouch! Not exactly sugarcoating it, are you? I won't mince words here, Noel. The Noel Seeker I knew was never this weak. She would stick to what she believed in without hesitation, no matter what. As you are now, even a simple detective like me could take you on in a fight. Lloyd? Slow down, bud. What are you saying? It's simple. You and me, one-on-one. I'll even let you use any weapons at your disposal. If you win, you can arrest us, all of us on the spot. But if I win, Noel, you're all mine. What are you suggesting? I can't stand seeing you like this. You're lying to yourself. You know that deep down. And as someone who cares about you, I'm going to make you come to terms with it. So let's go, Second Lieutenant Noel Seeker. For the love of Hades, how did it get to this? Irrational as ever, isn't he? Does this happen often? About once a week? I would go so far as to call this his signature move. And rightly so. Fine, I'm gonna make you eat those words. Renowned Defense Force officer overwhelms her foes with heavy weaponry.
Yosh. 任せてくれ。俺の番だな。行きますよ。目標を撃破します。
Boy, going right out for it, aren't you?
すまない、みんな。行くぞ。俺の番だな。
I probably should have opened with defenses.
よし。行きますよ。
Yeah, I'm gonna need to go for the defensive.
すまない、みんな。
Okay.
任せてくれ。エニグマ、それ。行くぞ。任せてくれ。させるか。俺の番だな。行きますよ。
My defense is up. That I'll be able to tank this.
よし。俺の番だな。よし。行きますよ。催眠だ。行くぞ。エニグマ。電磁ネット。や。
You bitch.
まだやれる。行きますよ。それ。まだやれる。それ。行くぞ。行きますよ。や。任せてくれ。や。行くぞ。
There, I got some sense knocked into you.
もう大丈夫だ。
Yeah, I won. Forgive me, Commander Bales. There's no need to apologize. And speak of the devil. Commander, ah, crap. It would appear that we have been noticed. You realize that your little scuffle was easily heard upstairs, don't you? I was left with little choice but to have the others clear out before they could interfere. Sorry about that. It has been a long time, Commander. Indeed it has. I have my suspicions about why you've come here today. But why don't we relocate to the command room and talk things over? This can't be happening. Thank you for informing us. It would seem that the clandestine actions of the President and his collaborators are at last coming to light. Does that mean you're willing to cooperate? That, unfortunately, is out of the question. Whether we don the uniform of the CGF or the Defense Force, it is the state who commands the gun, not the other way around. I fully understand that our President may have established the independent state of Crossbell on illegitimate terms, but that notwithstanding, we cannot break the chain of command for the sake of bringing him to justice. I was afraid you would say that. I guess that's how it goes when you become an actual military. I take it there's no room for compromise. Correct. Even if I were to say otherwise, consider the capabilities of the new Secretary of Defense, Arios McLean. If hypothetically the entire Bellegarde unit were to cooperate with you, the main force under his command could easily label us as a rogue unit and suppress us in the blink of an eye. That is undeniable. You telling me that the Lone Wolf's got a knack for being a commander, too? Yes, though working under Sergei likely did him no favors, he is still earned his title as the Divine Blade of Wind for a reason. I would say his strategic senses are on par with his swordsmanship contemporary, the Brigadier General of Liberal's Royal Army, Cassius Bright. Wait a second. Even if Argos did oppose us, couldn't we petition Deputy Commander Douglas for Tangram Gate's cooperation? That is a surprise, Seeker. What makes you assume that we would join forces with them? Noel, that one-on-one fight must have really done a number on her. Commander Bales, say something were to lead the public to question the legitimacy of President Croyce and the independent state of Crossbell. How would the Defense Force react? What? You don't mean... Let me think. Naturally, it would depend on the extent of their reservations. But we would begin by taking a wait-and-see approach. Or at least, that's how I imagine it. I see where this is going. The only iffy part is figuring out how we convince the public that Croyce and his independent state are legally invalid. Good point. I think I can guess that Ellie's expertise in this matter would tell... These matters would tell her, if she were here. After all, she would know she more than any of us would know the key to our plan is Speaker McDowell. You want to find Madame Zelly's granddad. Now that you mention it, he did serve as one of the 2 lead representatives of Crossbell, didn't he? Yes, and the second is none other than Mayor Croyce. Speaker McDowell's position on the issue has been suppressed ever since Crossbell's independence was declared. What would happen if he were given a platform to finally express his views to the entire state, the entire continent? The legitimacy of the president and the founding of the independent state would likely come into question. And so would the authority over the Defense Force. Brilliant deduction. You didn't even need me to give you a hint. Second Lieutenant Seeker, Speaker McDowell is being held in Michelin, correct? Yes, ma'am. He and Ellie are under confinement at the state guest house. If I remember correctly, the President and Security Defense had the Red Constellation stationed there. And just to confirm, there are no Defense Force units in Michelin at present. Correct? Commander Bales. Oh dear, I may have just accidentally leaked confidential information to outsiders, you sneaky bitch. Please pay it no mind, forget everything you just heard. You're a real one, Sonia. What a fortunate slip of the tongue. One other thing, Second Lieutenant Seeker. Regarding your one-on-one bout earlier, I regret to inform you that your commitment has in fact come into question. Yes, ma'am. I consider placing you on an indefinite suspension. However, I have a more fitting punishment in mind. I'm having you reassigned to the Crossbell Police Department's Special Support Section effective immediately. Okay, so Noel's back in the party. While there, find out what it is you still lack within yourself, as well as what path you should be walking for the stake of Crossbell's future. That is an order. Am I understood? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I much prefer you in the green uniform. Aww. Fran, who was there to welcome them back, wordlessly took Noel into her arms, sobbing all the while. As she tried to confront her younger sister, Noel's eyes too began to brim with tears. That's enough to bring a grown man to tears. Bring a grown man to tears. Potential landing spot detected at Michelin. Sending coordinates now, Fran. Just how long do you plan on crying? People are going to make fun of you if you keep it up. You're the one who won't leave her alone about it, Noel. I'm a little nervous of you two, to be honest. Sorry, everyone. Got it. It's near Michelin's Hotel. Lakeside Beach, to be exact. Hey, now there's a blast from the past. Although this beach trip is going to be anything but a vacation this time. Now wait just a gosh darn minute. You all had fun? You all had a little fun playdate at the beach? We did. It was after the trade conference. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Why didn't anyone invite me? I like having fun in the sun, too. Don't look at us like that. We were there on someone else's money. Thinking back, that entire trip may have had an ulterior motive behind it. Likely so. Never mind that. What matters is now we have our next destination. We also know the Red Constellation will be guarding the area. Can you tell us anything about their numbers, Noel? If I recall correctly, they should have one full company stationed. I'm not sure we can engage them with our current numbers. That's not great. Maybe we should split up somehow, like a little diversion. In that case, I'll go. No, allow me to take responsibility. Luring them away will be as simple if I return to my original form. Zeit? Are you sure about this? Well, I did pledge you my aid. With all of the comrades you have assembled, my help is soon to be unnecessary. You may consider this my final gesture of assistance. We'll take it. Thank you, Zeit. Appreciate the paw, pal. Not to bring the mood down, but even with his help, we still have our work cut out for us. Even still, this isn't just a rescue operation for Speaker McDowell. Ellie needs our help too. Be ready for anything. We'll bring them back no matter what it takes. Right. Hell yeah. Roger that. Zeit left the party, and Noel joined the party. Armed forces. Okay, before I do anything... You gotta get shield back. Oh yeah, because that's a defense buff. Having extra arts isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially if I can have some extra healing. I can get extra healing from HP level 2. Actually, I can give her HP 3, and on this one, I can give her an attack buff. I now have a backup healer. I'm going to end this one here. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on Trails to Azure as we raid Michelin and save my girlfriend. But until then, I am the Dark Seraph, signing off.